Let's have a seat in easy pose. Take a deep breath and let the shoulders relax. We'll close the eyes. And take a moment to check in with your body here. Just becoming aware of how you're feeling, physically, but also mentally and emotionally. And then accepting that, whatever's going on, we'll take it and we'll work with it. Start to pay attention to your breathing. Slowing it down, breathing through the nose. And we're going to make the breath our theme today. We always want to use the breath throughout the practice and always want to focus on it. But today especially, and if you're new to yoga especially, paying extra attention, because the breath is what makes this yoga. We could do these movements, these stretches, these exercises in any other capacity, in any other situation. But when we tie them to our breathing, that's when it really becomes transformative. That's when it becomes yoga. We're going to be moving a lot today and really using the breath to help us move. And I want to talk to you about the ujjayi breath, the ocean-sounding breath. And this is the technique we use when we practice yoga in general, throughout the physical practice. It's a technique that helps you slow your breath, that helps you control it. And what this is an inhale and exhale through the nose and a partially closed off throat. So as you exhale, you hear your breath like a sigh or a whisper. Your mouth stays closed, but you hear that sound in your head and a little bit outside your head as well. Practicing that ujjayi breath as we turn the head to the side and exhale the chin toward the collarbone. Inhaling up and to the other side and exhale. Listening for that sound like a sigh or a whisper. Keep going side to side. Breathing as you go. And you might not get the ujjayi breath today, and that's okay. But we're just starting to pay a little extra attention to that. Using it when we remember. It's going to become one of your greatest tools in yoga and in your life. Good, let's bring our hands to our side. And as we inhale, let's bring them up above the head. Exhale them down over the heart together. Inhale back up, take them apart, reach out to the side, expansive as you bring your hands back down. Inhale back up. Exhale, palms over the heart, listening for that sound like a sigh. Doesn't have to be too loud. Good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Whether the ujjayi breath is working for you or not, we're still breathing slowly, still breathing through the nose. Good. Inhale up. Exhale. Good. And then go ahead and roll on to your hands and knees, still breathing. Letting that breath be the link. We're going to inhale to cat, arching the back, and then exhale, round the back. Lift the belly button up into the spine. Good. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Check that your fingers are spread wide, that your hips are above your knees, your shoulders above your wrists. Keep following your breath. If it's a little faster than me or a little slower, that's okay. Always inhaling as you arch and exhaling as you round. Feel your breath and your movement so closely connected that it almost feels like you couldn't do one of them without the other. They become the same. Good. As you inhale now, come back to a neutral spine. Take an exhale there. And then inhale the left arm up and the right leg. Spinal balance. Exhale them to the floor. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale to the floor. Again, left arm, right leg, alternating each time with each breath. Good, keep it going. Really reaching forward and back, more so than up and down. Stretching long. Good, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good, and hold it. Breathing right here. Stretching that leg back, reaching that arm forward. Exhale to the floor. Other side. Inhale. Holding. Breathing all the while. Your breath is your constant. Good. Exhale, bring it down. And take your arms a little bit forward, fingers spread wide, and settle your head down toward the floor in a kneeling downward dog. So the hips are still above the knees, but we have a straight line from our tailbones down our spines to our hands. Keep a little bit of weight under your hands. If your head doesn't touch the floor, that's okay. It'll get there. Good, and then press into your hands a little bit. Walk your knees a little more under you so you can slide all the way back to child's pose. Hands under the forehead or maybe by your side, palms up, whatever feels better. Breathing deeply here, listening for that ujjayi breath if you can, as we take a couple seconds here. And remembering this pose as a great place to come back to. Anytime you need to find your breath, anytime you need to catch your breath, to slow down for a second and focus. Child's pose is great for that. Getting a little bit prepared here for what's coming next. Sliding forward now to a plank and then back to a downward dog. It's still early, so if you need to bend your knees a little bit or walk your heels down one at a time, go ahead and do that. Heart is moving toward the knees all the time, so we're getting that long spine. You've got weight in every fingertip, the entire hand active against the floor. Hands about as wide as the shoulders, feet about as wide as the hips. Let's inhale as we step both feet forward to a forward fold. Inhale all the way up to Tadasana, standing, and exhale the arms to your side. Now take a moment to check that your feet are right under your hips, toes pointed forward. Shift your weight a little bit back and forth until you settle right in the middle. Now we're going to do today some modified sun salutations. So sun salutations are an excellent practice. But we're just going to change them a little bit to make them a little bit gentler from the traditional sun salutation that I normally teach. We'll do that one in a later class. But for today, we're just going to get used to moving with the breath and getting into these postures. On an inhale, both arms come up above the head, and we exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Now this first time through, we're going to hold some of these postures for a couple of breaths, starting with this one, just to get a feel for where you want your body to go. One breath isn't always very much time to get there, right? Feel free to bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Now that was an exhale. So we're going to inhale, step back with the right leg and bring the knee to the floor. Low lunge, taking the time to really lengthen your spine. Again, holding for just a second, getting used to that feeling of this pose. Because when we're doing it breath by breath, we want to try to find this as close as we can on one breath. Good. Now this, we hold the breath just briefly to come into a kneeling plank and then exhale, chaturanga, in this case from the knees, keeping the elbows right by the rib cage, lowering all the way to your belly. And then inhale, cobra. Now you're just going to let your back do the work here. Go ahead and hold. So my hands are under my shoulders, but they're not pressing into the floor at all. They're just resting there. Good. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. And then as you exhale, let that go, and we're going to push straight into the floor. Elbows stay by your side, coming all the way back to child's pose. Good. Holding here for a second, just getting used to that. That would be an exhale all the way back. Breathing normally now. On an inhale, take your right leg and step forward, coming into the low lunge again. Left knee stays on the floor, really lengthening the spine. Breathing. That's an inhale. So as you exhale, you're going to step the other foot forward, coming to a forward fold. Breathing here. And then inhaling to come all the way up to Tadasana. Now that's half of one. So we're going to exhale, dive forward again to do the other side. Pausing here. Good. Step back now with the left leg on an inhale, coming into a low lunge. Left knee on the floor. Long spine. That's an inhale. Now we hold the breath just briefly to come to plank, and then exhale. Chaturanga from the knees, elbows right by your ribs. Let your belly be the last thing to touch down. And then inhale to cobra. Again, let your back do the work on this one as we get warmed up here. You're just lifting with those strong back muscles. Hands on the floor, resting. That's an inhale. And now as we exhale, pushing straight down into the floor. It's okay if you get a little bit stuck and you really have to push. That's all right. Try to hang with it. And then come all the way back to child's. Couple of deep breaths here. Expanding the belly. Listening for the ujjayi breath if you can. And then with your inhale, step forward, left leg, low lunge. Spine long, right knee on the floor, just doing this modified version, still an excellent version. Then curling the toes under, exhale, step forward, forward fold. And inhale, all the way up, Tadasana. That's a full one, so go ahead and exhale your hands down by your side. Good, take a moment here to just settle into your feet again. Now we're going to go through that again a few times, moving with your breath. So every breath gets a movement. Just do the best you can. You might have to sneak an extra breath here and there, and that's okay. Sometimes I still have to do that too. But focus in on your breath and let that be what guides you through these movements. Good. With the inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, flat back, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, step back with the right leg, low lunge, lift the heart, and then hold the breath just for the plank and exhale, chaturanga. All the way to the floor. Inhale, lift, let your back do the work, and if you want, start to pull with your hands a little bit to get a little more, and then exhale, press up and back to child's pose. Inhale, step forward with the right leg, low lunge. Exhale, forward fold, step all the way up. Inhale, come to standing, Tadasana. That's halfway, so we're going to exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, step back with the left leg, low lunge. Hold the breath just briefly to get the right leg back, and then exhale, chaturanga. Down to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Let your back do the work. If the hands are engaged, they're pulling back against the floor. Then exhale, press straight down all the way back to child's pose. Inhale, step forward, left leg, low lunge. Exhale, curl the toes under, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, and exhale, arms to your side. Excellent. Here we go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, step back with the right leg, low lunge. Hold the breath just briefly to get the left leg back to plank, and then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, shoulders down and back. Exhale, push up like a plank, child's pose. Inhale, step forward, right leg, low lunge. Exhale, step both feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back all the way to standing. Again, that's half of one. So we're going to exhale, dive forward again, forward fold. Inhale, step back with the left leg, low lunge, lifting the heart, flat back. Hold the breath just long enough to get the right leg back, and then exhale, chaturanga, all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push straight down into the floor, lift the whole body up, child's pose. Inhale, step forward with the left leg, low lunge. Exhale, step forward with the right, forward fold. Inhale, flat back all the way up. And exhale, arms to side. Very nice. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, step back, right leg, low lunge. Hold the breath to the plank, and then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push straight down. You can do it. Child's pose. Inhale, right leg forward, low lunge. Exhale, left leg forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back all the way up, Tadasana. That's half. So exhale, dive forward again, forward fold. Inhale, left leg steps back, low lunge. Hold the breath just to plank, and then exhale, chaturanga from the knees. Inhale, cobra. Just use your back here. And exhale, press straight down. The whole body comes up as a plank, and we slide to child's pose. Inhale, step forward, left leg, low lunge. Curl the toe under, step forward, right leg as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up to standing, arms reach, and exhale, arms to side. Inhale, back up, arms up. Exhale, dive forward. We'll do one more here. Inhale, step back with the right leg, low lunge. Hold the breath, left leg, plank, and exhale, chaturanga. Elbows in, squeeze them in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, press up. Use that tricep strength. Come back to child's pose. Good. Hang on to your breath. Inhale, step forward, right leg, low lunge. Exhale, step forward, left, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, reach for the sky. And exhale, dive forward again. Good. Use your breath as your body's getting tired. Use your breath. Inhale, step backward, left leg, low lunge. Hold the breath just to plank. And exhale, elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift, child's pose. Inhale, step forward, left, low lunge. Exhale, step forward, right, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, reach for the sky. And exhale, arms to side. Really nice work. Take a moment here, feeling your weight in both feet again, finding your breath again. You might be a little short of breath, and that's okay. So just focus in on slowing it back down, evening it out. Good. And I'm just going to turn so you can see me. You can stay at the front of your mat. We're going to inhale both arms up, exhale them down over the heart, and practice tree pose again, starting by bringing the heel to the ankle, and this is enough for today if you want. You could also bring the foot to the calf or the foot all the way up to the thigh. Again, remember, foot above the knee or below the knee. Now you can stay here, settle in, or if you want today, let's take our arms way out to the side. Steady breath helps you maintain a steady body, so we're still using that breath. It's helpful when we're moving and flowing, and it's helpful when we're trying to be very still as well. Good, really nice. On the inhale, keep the leg up as you reach the arms up, and then exhale the hands over the heart and release the leg to the floor. We'll do the other side. Heel to the ankle to start, or foot to the calf, or foot to the thigh. Find your balance, steady, even breath, and then when you're ready, arms out to the side. Very nice. Feel that straight leg really anchoring you to the floor. And then we'll inhale both arms up, exhale them over the heart as we place the leg back on the floor. I'm just going to move back to the front of the mat. And then let's inhale both arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Forward folds. And then we'll step back, big with both legs, coming into downward dog. Good, and then gently bring your knees to the floor. And we'll come to sitting with our legs in front of us. Good, sitting tall with the hands on the shins, heart is lifting, and then take your hands away and roll all the way down to the floor, one vertebra at a time. Good. Reach your arms overhead and stretch. And then we'll bring both knees toward the chest and rock the spine side to side a little bit. And go ahead and take your right leg and cross the ankle over the left knee. If you're feeling a stretch, you can stay there with the left foot on the floor, or go ahead and tuck that toward your chest. This is our thread the needle or lying pigeon. The right foot stays flexed. And just check that you're resting the joints above each other. So your ankle is not right on your knee. It's not joint to joint. You're above each of those joints just a little bit. Inhaling to create space in your body and exhaling to deepen the pose. Good. Now go ahead and keep crossing the legs. So you have one knee crossed right over the other, like you're sitting in the waiting room. And then hold above your ankles, kind of on your shins, and draw that toward you. So your knees are lined up one on top of the other, and you're tucking that whole thing toward you. If this isn't comfortable, just come back to lying pigeon, that's fine. And then let's switch left ankle over the right knee. Hug that in. And again, this is a great place to use your breath. Send those inhales straight to the tight places. Wherever you feel it stretching, imagine your breath traveling there and expanding that area, creating space, so that when you exhale, you can get a little deeper stretch. Sometimes it's very, very little, and that's okay, but you're always moving that way. Good. Cross a little deeper now, so the knees are one on top of the other, holding the ankles, and just kind of tuck them in toward your hips. Good, let that go. And we'll bring our feet to the floor as wide as the mat. Let's take our arms to the side, and then we'll lower both knees down to one side and then the other. Windshield wipers. Nice, easy twist on the back, just side to side, really gentle, still breathing. Good, and we'll bring that back to center. And take our arms to our side, stretch our legs out. Our palms are facing up, our legs are slightly apart, and your feet are falling open to the side for Shavasana, corpse pose, final relaxation. Let your breath become a little more natural now, so it's not quite so deep. You don't have to ujjayi breath anymore. If you were doing that earlier, you can let that go. But we're still aware of our breath. So feel it coming in, lifting your belly a little bit. Feel it as it leaves. Feel it taking all the tension with it. Feel how with each breath you get a little more relaxed. Your body gets a little quieter. And your mind gets a little bit quieter. Resting here for these next couple of minutes. Mind and body both very still and connected by your breath. Let's start to wiggle our fingers and toes a little bit. Bringing a little movement into the body and then rolling gently to the right side. Pausing on your side. And then using your arms to come back to sitting comfortably, whatever that means now. Straighten your legs if you need to, or kneel. But we'll close our eyes for just a second here. Sit nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Listen for your breath again. And take that breath with you into the day. Remember, when you get stressed, when you get irritated, when you get sad, remember to breathe. Bring your mind back to your body. Bring as much oxygen into your body as you can. Good, let's bring our hands together over the heart. Namaste. Thank you.